Here's another quick 30-minute flow, and today's flow is going to be all about arm balances. So I'm going to offer 3 different arm balances today in class, and you can pick and choose which ones you want to do, okay? And I know this is a quick class, it's a quick little flow, but we're going to get warmed up as much as we can for each one. So we're going to first start out, or the first option is going to be crow pose. The second option is going to be flying pigeon, so a hip opener. And then the third one is going to be a side crow, okay? And like I said, you can pick and choose whichever one of those you want to pick. However, I would recommend that you warm up your body and do at least 1 crow if you're planning on taking one of the 2 more advanced arm balances. That way you get used to being up on your wrists and on your arms and in an arm balance before you try a flying pigeon or a side crow, okay? But as always with these shorter 30-minute classes, or 30-ish minute classes that are always bound to go over a minute or 2 or under a minute or 2, but with all these shorter length classes that I do not offer a heck ton of time at the start of class to ground down. We take a little bit of time to ground. We might do some pranayama today, we're not. Any guided pranayama, we're just going to be letting our grounding down and focusing and slowing down our breath, be our pranayama. And at the end of class, there's not going to be a ton of time for shavasana. So as always, I encourage you to stay in shavasana for as long as you want or need to, because I will close out class there, and stay in shavasana for as long as your day allows you to, taking time to soak up your goodness of your practice there. Okay, but with that being said, let's just go ahead and make our way into a comfortable seated position, whatever that may look like for you. Maybe you sit on your shins with your hips resting on your heels. Maybe you come into crisscross applesauce, your choice here. But just begin to close your eyes and let your day fall away. Let that to-do list fall away. Begin to forget about anything that may or may not happen later on. Just focus right here and right now on your body and on your breath. Mindfully lengthening those inhalations and exhalations of yours. Simply breathing, doing nothing more, nothing less, just breathing. Go ahead, inhale, lift your hands all the way up towards the sky. And as you exhale, pull your hands down to your heart center. Taking time here to set an intention for your class. Maybe think of a mantra, one word to help you move and flow. Or maybe think about what brought you here onto your mat today. And just keep that in mind throughout class. And then go ahead and inhale, reach your hands up towards that sky. And as you exhale, pull your hands down to your heart center, sealing in that intention, sealing in that mantra. And then keeping your eyes closed, or maybe you open them, go ahead and rock up into a nice neutral tabletop position here. Arms or wrists stacking directly underneath your shoulders and directly underneath your elbows, hips stacking directly underneath your heels. We're just going to walk our hands and palms to distance forward, tuck our toes, and lift our knees up off the ground, coming into our downward facing dog. And go ahead, walk your legs out here, bending one knee and then the other. Maybe you sway those hips of yours side to side. Maybe you simply rest, your choice here. You're settling into your stillness, moving anything up off of your mat that you don't want to be on your mat. Just like mine, maybe you have a ton of dog here, which is fine. And then go ahead, inhale all the way up into your tippy toes. As you exhale, tiptoe all the way up to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway, lift, lengthen. Exhale, bow. And then inhale, reverse one, dive all the way up to standing, hands coming touch above your head. And as you exhale, pull your hands down to your heart space. And then inhale, hands reach up. As you exhale, hinge forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway, lift, lengthen. As you exhale, bow forward, plant your hands on the mat, step that right leg long back behind you, right knee falls down in the earth, and inhale, hands go high. Starting with a classical sun salutation, just gently moving through. Let's take a breath in as you exhale, bow forward, plant your hands down on the mat, step your left foot back to meet your right, high plank. Knees stay higher, knees go down, take a breath in as you exhale, lower down, low plank. And then inhale up, upward facing dog. And as you exhale, push your hips up towards that sky, Adho Mukha. Downward facing dog. And inhale, reach your right leg up. And as you exhale, pull your right knee in towards your nose, plant your right foot down the mat. Left knee follows, and inhale, hands go high. Low classical lunge here, pinkies swirling inwards to face each other, hugging your belly button up and in. Let's take a breath in as you exhale, bow forward, plant your hands on the mat, tuck your left toes, lift your left knee, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway, lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse one leg all the way up to standing, hands coming to touch. As you exhale, hands come down to your heart space. Inhale, hands go high. As you exhale, bow forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway, lift, lengthen. As you exhale, bow forward, plant your hands down on the mat, step your left leg long back behind you. Left knee is going to fall. And inhale, hands go high. Low, classical lunge here. Your hips can go a little bit deeper by bringing your right knee past your right ankle. I'm going to move something my dog tracked in off my mat. Let's take a breath in as you exhale, bow forward, plant your hands on the mat, step back high, plank, optional vinyasa. Knees stay higher, knees go down. Meet me in your downward facing dog. And then inhale, lift the left leg up. As you exhale, pull the left knee in towards the nose, plant the left foot down the mat, right knee follows. Inhale, hands go high. Low, classical lunge here. Pinkies swirling inwards, hips sinking down towards that mat as far as you want to go. Take a breath in as you exhale, hinge forward, plant your hands on the mat, tuck your right toes, lift your right knee, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway, lift, lengthen. As you exhale, bow. And then inhale, reverse one leg all the way up to standing, hands coming to touch above your head. As you exhale, pull your hands down to your heart space. Then inhale, hands go high. And as you exhale, hinge forward and down, forward fold. Take an inhale, halfway, lift, lengthen. As you exhale, bow forward, plant your hands on the mat, step your left leg long back behind you, left knee follows, and inhale, hands go high. Good. And you can stay here, maybe both hands come down on the inside of your right foot, and bring your right foot over onto the pinky toe edge of your right foot, letting your right knee fall down and over here to the long edge of your mat, stretching gently out that right hip. Warming it up. Good. Inhale, bring your right foot back down on the mat. Bring both hands to frame your right foot. Take a breath as you exhale, step back, high plank. Optional vinyasa. Meet me in downward facing dog. And then go ahead, inhale, reach your right leg all the way up towards the sky. Take a breath in as you exhale, stack your hips here. Bend your right knee. Open hip, three-legged dog, taking circles at whatever joint you need to. And now I've noticed that my printer cord is, of course, hanging out over my bookshelf. Oh well, it's fine. Inhale, reach your right knee a little higher as you exhale. Straighten out your right leg, pull your right knee to the outside of your right hand and your right tricep. Plant your right foot down on the mat. Bring your left knee down to the earth. Coming in to your lizard's pose. Back toes can stay tucked and your left knee can stay lifted if you want to make it more of a strength thing. But if you want to just gently melt your hips down towards the mat, keep your toes untucked, let your left knee rest on the mat. And just breathe. And then go ahead, inhale, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, take a breath in. As you exhale, step your left foot to the top of your mat, meeting me in Malasana. So your feet are a little bit wider than your hips here. Both heels are pointing inwards, toes pointing out. Good. First opportunity for a crow pose here. We're going to be here one more time. So you can take 2 crows, or you can just hang out in Malasana right here, right now, focusing on stretching out your hips. That's where I'm going to stay, but I'll break down in Q crow next round. Okay? But if you want to take crow right now and right here, let's do it. Let's hang out on crow. But just smiling and breathing wherever you are for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, bow forward, plant your hands on the mat, wiggle, walk your feet in, forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway, lift, lengthen. Exhale, bow. And then inhale, reverse one leg all the way up to standing, hands coming to touch above your head. As you exhale, pull your hands down to your heart space. And inhale, reach up. As you exhale, hinge, forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway, lift, lengthen. As you exhale, bow forward and down, plant your hands on the mat, step that right leg long back behind you. Right knee falls onto the earth, and inhale, hands go high. Low, classical lunge. And just like last time, you can stay here. You can bring both hands down the inside of your left foot and fall out over onto the pinky toe edge of your left foot here, gently stretching out that left hip joint. But again, that's totally your choice. It's totally your option. Maybe take a big breath in as you exhale, bring your left foot back down the mat, bring both hands down onto the earth to frame your left foot. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, take a breath in as you exhale, step back, high plank vinyasa through. Meet me in downward facing dog. And then go ahead and inhale, lift your left leg up towards the sky. As you exhale, stack your hips here, bend your left knee, yawn that left knee open, taking circles at whatever joint you want or need to here. Simply breathing. And then go ahead and inhale, extend out your left leg. As you exhale, pull your left knee to the outside of your left elbow. Plant your left hand down, or left foot down the mat. Lizard pose. Right knee can stay lifted or right knee can go down the mat. Your choice here. Your pose. And just breathe. Go ahead, take a big breath in as you exhale, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, take a breath in, exhale, step your right foot to the top of your mat, malasana, low yogi squat, we meet. Good. Elbows pressing into your kneecaps if you wish, maybe not. And you can stay here in your malasana, or if you want to come into crow, let's plant our hands down the mat directly underneath our shoulders. Come up onto our tippy toes, wiggle, walk our feet in. So now our feet are directly behind our wrists. There's a couple inches between the two. Bending your elbows as much as you want or need to get a good old bend in preparation for crow. And we're going to take our elbows onto the back of our tricep, or our knees, excuse me, onto the back of our triceps. The knees are the elbows of the legs, right? And you can stay here. This is the pose, both feet resting on the mat. Or you can begin to lift one foot up off the mat, or maybe you lift the other foot too. Come into your crow pose. The bigger the bend in your elbows, the easier crow is at first, because your knees have a nice big ledge to rest on, okay? And with time, you can begin to straighten out your arms, but don't rush it. Just hang out with your elbows bent for as long as you need to. And we're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, we'll all meet in a forward fold at the top of our mat. Let's take an inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. As you exhale, bow. And then inhale, wrist one up, all the way up to standing, hands coming touch above your head. As you exhale, pull your hands down to your heart. And then inhale, hands go high. And as you exhale, hinge forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. As you exhale, bow forward, plant your hands on the mat, step or float back. Optional Vinyasa. Meet me in downward facing dog. And you saw in that float back there that my feet didn't go super high up off the mat. My hips didn't go to super high. They don't have to float back, okay? You just want to get enough clearance up off the mat that you can shoot your legs back behind you, and you make sure you land with bent elbows. Go ahead, inhale, reach your right leg up towards the sky. As you exhale, stack your hips here. Bend your right knee. Stay here or flip your dog if you wish. No rush to flip though. And just breathe wherever you are for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you flip, come back around. While inhale, extend out that right leg. And as we exhale, pull your right knee in towards your nose. Plant your right foot down the mat. Low runner's lunge here. Pull your right hip back, left hip forward, and plant your left hand down and reach that right hand all the way up towards that sky here. Taking a low lunge with a twist, keeping your left knee lifted, gazing up towards that sky. Hugging your belly button up and in. Good. And let's take a breath in as you exhale. Windmill up and open. Warrior 2 here. Facing the top of your mat. Good, and I know I'm facing away from you, I'm sorry, but it'll make sense in a second. So, in our Warrior 2, we want our feet into heel to arch alignment here, so they're on the same railroad track. Your right knee is stacking directly above your right ankle, and when you gaze down, you can see your right big toe, because your knee is tracking out over towards the pinky toe edge of your mat here. Sinking down into your right knee, hug your belly button up and in, gaze out in front of you, lowering your hips down an inch or two more. And inhale, flip your palms up towards the sky as you exhale, hinge forward and down, extended side angle. Right elbow coming to rest on your right thigh. Maybe you bring your right hand down on the inside of your right foot as you reach your left arm up. An option to take some big guitar hero swings here, opening up that left shoulder a little bit more if you want. Before you settle into stillness, actively reaching that left hand up towards the sky. Maybe your left hand comes to your left hip crease and you press it down towards that mat, lowering your hips just a bit more. And we're here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Shift your gaze down to that. Wiggle walk your right hand out in front of you and reach that left leg up off of the mat. Reach your left arm up towards the sky. Half moon pose here. Gazing up towards your left thumb or down at the mat here. Maybe your hands hover up off the mat, so lift your chest up a little bit. Maybe your hands rest on the mat or a block. Your choice. Nothing too fancy going on here. Just hanging out in our half moon pose. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Windmill your left hand down onto the mat. Take your right foot down onto the mat as well. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. As you exhale, bow. And then inhale, hands go high, hips go low. Utkatasana, chair pose here. Good. Weights back in your heels. And let's take our hands down to prayer. Taking a big breath in as you exhale. Hook your left elbow to the outside of your right knee here, coming into chair with a twist. Hands can rest at your heart. Hands can open up to a big T. Your choice. Just root down into those feet of yours. Holding here for 5. Maybe you smile. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, unwind. Hands going all the way up towards the sky. And go ahead, wiggle walk your feet in so your big toes are touching, thighs glued together. Inhale, up onto your tippy toes, hands stay higher, hands come down to your heart. As you exhale, begin to lower down so you come into your double toe stand here at the top of your mat. And you can stay here in your toe stand. Hands can rest on the mat if you want. Or you can come with me into your side crow. So what you're gonna do, and I'm gonna turn to face the camera, is you're gonna take your knees, and you're gonna take your knees out and over towards the left top corner of your mat here, okay? And then you're gonna take your hands down the mat, shoulder width distance apart, a little bit out in front of you. And from here, you're gonna begin to bend, well, first, you're gonna press your left elbow and left tricep here into your right knee, okay? And into that meaty part of your right thigh. From here, you're gonna begin to hinge forward, bending your elbows till your right hip comes to rest out on your right elbow, and bam, your feet lift up off the mat, or maybe they stay on the mat, and you're in your side crow, gazing out over your left shoulder here. Good. And with time, you shift your weight off of your right elbow, so all of your weight's just on your left elbow here, holding your head and neck away from that mat. Because if you lower your head down too far towards the mat, then you might crash land. And we're hanging out on our side crow on our double toe stand for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a big exhale out and meet me on forward fold at the top of your mat. And then inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. As you exhale, bow forward, plant your hands on the mat, step or float back. Optional vinyasa. Meet me in downward facing dog. Good, and then inhale, reach your left leg all the way towards the sky. As you exhale, stack your hips here, bend your left knee. And stay here or flip your dog if you did so on the other side. And just breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you flip, come back around. While inhale, extend out that left leg. And as you exhale, pull your left knee towards your nose, point your left foot down that low runner's lunge here. Set up the foundation of your pose, and as you're ready, plant right hand down, reach left hand up. Twisting here, gazing up toward your left thumb or down towards that mat. Your choice. Now you know where you're headed to next. You're headed towards a warrior 2. So think about what you did right, what you might have done wrong last time you transitioned, and just build off of that. Reflect, build off of it. Do the same thing you did last time. If it was good, if it wasn't so good, maybe adapt. Let's take a big breath in as you exhale. Windmill yourself up and open. Warrior 2. Left knee out and left leg out in front. Right leg in the back, feet and heel to arch alignment as you sink down into your left knee, hugging that belly button of yours up and in to engage your core, arms stretching long out on your mat. Front knee stacking directly above your left ankle here, left knee tracking out over to the pinky toe edge side of your mat. Let's inhale, flip our palms towards the sky as you exhale, hinge forward and down. Extended side angle here, hot yoga, trigonasana. Pressing your hips down towards the mat. Maybe your right hand comes to your right hip and you press it down before you begin to take those big arm circles. And again, option for your left hand to rest on the mat, or maybe your left elbow rests on your left thigh. Your choice here. And as you're ready, stone to stillness, actively reaching that right hand all the way up. And we're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, begin to wiggle walk those left hands out in front of you as you reach your right leg up off the mat. Half moon pose on this side. Hugging your belly button up and in. Maybe that left hand reaches up off the mat. Your choice. Just hanging out in our half moon pose here. And breathing. And we're here for 5. Don't know why I always start with 5. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, take your right hand down to the mat, take your right foot down the mat, forward fold, and then inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold, and then inhale, hands go high, hips go low. Utkatasana, chair pose, sinking down into your hips here. Good. And then as you're ready, bring your hands under your heart space. Taking a big breath as you exhale, hook your right elbow to the outside of your left knee here. Taking your chair with a twist on the left side. Good. Hands can stay at a T. Hands can reach out to that big, or can stay at prayer, or they can reach out to that big T. Your body, your practice, your choice. And then go ahead and take a big breath, and as you exhale, slowly unwind. Inhale, hands go high. As you exhale, wiggle, walk your feet together, glue your thighs together. Hands can stay higher, hands can come down to your heart. Inhale all the way up onto your tippy toes. As you exhale, begin to lower all the way down onto your toe stand. Hands that stay at heart, they can stay high, they can go out in front of you, you can come down by your sides. Or again, option to take toe stand here. Not toe stand, side crow. I'll rotate to face you guys. So for side crow, on the left side, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these knees, point them out over towards the right top corner of your mat. So knees always go in the opposite direction that you want to twist. Bring your hands down to that shoulder width distance apart. Press your right elbow and your right tricep into that left knee. And go ahead, Begin to hinge forward and bend your elbows and tilt forward and down. Gazing out over your right shoulder, keeping your toes lifted up off the mat, or maybe they stay on the mat. And we're balancing and playing here for as long as you want. Feeling free to come out of the pose at any point and meet back in your toe stand. And we're hanging out here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, bow forward, fold the top of your mat. Here is where we're going to meet. Go ahead, come into ragdoll. Swaying side to side. Maybe you shake your head yes, maybe you shake your head no. And then go ahead, take a breath in, and as you exhale, release your hands down to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, bow. And then inhale, reverse one, have all up standing hands coming to touch above your head. As you exhale, pull your hands down to your heart. Move down to this left foot. Let's come up onto our right tippy toes and take our right foot somewhere on our left leg here. Coming into a tree pose. Taking a second here to ground down, to slow down our heart rate and reconnect to our breath and reconnect to our intention before we take an opportunity for one final arm balance, okay? So maybe you grow your hands up towards the sky, maybe your hands stay at your heart, your choice. And simply balance. Breathing, simply being. Then go ahead, inhale, bring your right knee to forward as you lift your right foot back up off of your left leg. Hands rest at your heart space. And let's take our right ankle and cross it over our left thigh and begin to lower our hips down towards that mat. Coming into a figure 4 chair. Before we take it in towards an arm balance, if you want, let's take our right hand onto our right knee and press it down onto our right foot, or onto our right knee, bringing our right knee a little bit closer towards the mat. And notice here how my left hand is cradling my right foot, just because that's where my left hand likes to go. It doesn't have to go there, it can stay lifted. And you can stay here with your right hand resting on your right knee. You can call your hands back to your heart. Or as you're ready, begin to hinge forward, placing your hands down on the mat if you want to come into a flying pigeon. Good. And your hands come down the mat shoulder width distance apart. And before you begin to lower any closer towards the mat, let's take our right foot and wrap it, our right toes, around our left tricep here. So it looks something like that, okay? And then what you do from here is you take your hands down the mat, you begin to wiggle walk them out as you begin to bend your left knee, and you lower your right shin and right knee down onto your elbow. So your right knee is resting on your right elbow, right foot is hooked around your left tricep. And you stay here for as long as you want, and as long as you need to. But then with time, what you do is you lift your left foot up off the mat. And bam, you're in the pose. Just a little lift of your left toes will get you there. You don't have to kick this left leg out, okay? That's a more advanced version of the pose. It's like kicking out your legs in side crow. And just stay here. Again, stay here for as long as you want or need to. And you can stay in your figure 4 chair for as long as you want. But when you're ready, make your way towards a forward fold at the top of your mat. And we'll meet there in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly unwind, meeting me in your forward fold. Take a ragdoll here. Take your favorite forward fold. Shaking your head yes and no. And you simply melt down into your mat. Good. And then go ahead and take a breath in as you exhale. Plant your hands back down on the mat. Breaking your grip. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, bow. And then inhale, reverse one. Have all the standing hands come into touch. As you exhale, pull your hands down to your heart space. Good. Time to do all that on the left. So go ahead, root down to your right foot here. Pick up your left foot and take your left leg somewhere on that right leg. It can be at your ankle, it can be at your calf, it can be up in your left thigh, or your right thigh, excuse me. As long as your left foot is not in your right knee, you're good. You don't want your left foot to be pressing directly into your right knee. That's a danger zone. And maybe you grow your hands up towards that sky, or maybe your hands stay down at your heart. And go ahead, call your hands back to your heart space. Inhale, bring your left knee forward. As you exhale, drape your left ankle over your right thigh and begin to sink your hips down towards that mat. Not moving too fast like I did, or you might fall. Whoops. It happens though, right? And your hands can stay at your heart, or your left hand can come to your left knee and you can press it down towards the mat. Right hand can come to cradle your left foot if that's comfortable for you. And again, stay here. Maybe your hands come back to your heart. Or you want to come with me towards that flying pigeon, go ahead. Bring your hands down to the mat. Hook your left toes around your right tricep here. Walk your hands out in front of you a little bit. Begin to bend your knees. Readjust, wiggling your right foot back or walking your hands back out in front of you a little bit until your left knee comes to rest on your left tricep. Your left ankle is still pressing into your right thigh here. And then begin to shift your weight forward and lift your right foot above the mat. And bam, just like that, you're in your flying pigeon. And if you want to extend out that right leg, you can, but that totally changes up the distribution of your weight here. So if you're new to the pose, I recommend just staying here. And again, you can stay here or in your figure four chair for as long as you want. But just know that in a few breaths, we'll meet back in our forward fold. You can begin to make your way there whenever you want. And we're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, fold forward, fold the top of your mat. I'm going to go to inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. As you exhale, bow. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. As you exhale, put your hands on the mat. Step back, high plank. Take an optional vinyasa if you want it, or meet me in downward facing dog. The only bad part about doing these shorter classes is I can't give you a heck ton of time to play. You know, and that makes me sad inside. Anyways, inhale, reach your right leg up. And as you exhale, pull your right knee in and come into your pigeon pose. So right shin becomes parallel with the top of your mat. Right ankle goes over towards your left wrist. Right knee rests behind your right wrist here. And let's just take some time setting up the pose. And then as you're ready, put your hands down the mat. And maybe your elbows come down to the mat as you begin to lounge forward. And we're going to hang out here for a few breaths. As the plan for the rest of the class is to take pigeon on both sides, take Supta Baddha, and then take Shavasana. So if there's any other poses that your body may need in this moment, feel free to take those. Or any other poses that your body needs to take to close out your class and make it perfectly your own, please do so. If you're hanging out with me, let's hang out in this pigeon for a few more breaths. Go ahead, take a breath, and as you exhale, slowly begin to make your way out of the pose. Out of your pigeon pose, stepping back towards a high plank, and just shift your weight up towards the sky. Downward facing dog. No need for a Vinasana unless you want to take one. If you want to take one, go for it. I won't stop you. But if you're ready and you're coming with me, inhale, lift up your left leg. As you exhale, pull your left knee in, and come in to your pigeon pose. Crown of your head going up towards that sky. Stay here setting up the pose. So your right hip is squared forward. If your right hip is flinging up off that mat, please take a bolster or a block or a book or a pillow, whatever you have at home, so you can get that right hip squared down towards the mat. And as you're ready, come down onto your elbows. Maybe you lay all the way out onto that mat if that would serve you. And go take a breath in. As you exhale, if you're with me, slowly begin to make your way out of the pose. Planting your hands down the mat. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, high plank. And then just lower it all the way down to your belly here. And as you're ready, just roll over onto your back. No fancy transition. Just coming to lay with the soles of your feet together. Knees falling out like the pages of a book as you come here into your Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined bound angle. Maybe one hand comes to rest on your heart, the other hand comes to rest on your belly. As you take time here to thank yourself for everything you've been able to do today, both on and off of your mat. taking the time of your day for yourself and to move. And as you're ready, begin to let your thoughts drift away. Begin to let your breath come natural and easy. Staying here with the soles of your feet glued together. Maybe you extend your legs out. Making your way closer and closer to your final savasana, your final pose of rest with every breath. Taking time here in your savasana to let your breath become natural and easy. To let the control of your breath go. As you melt down into your mat, becoming a puddle here. Palms become heavy. Shoulder blades draw down your back and away from your ears. And this is where I leave you. Please stay here in your final pose of rest for as long as you need to and for as long as your day allows. Slowly taking time at the end to call movement back into your body. As always, it was an honor to teach, and it was an honor to move alongside you. I hope you enjoyed today's class, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.